Hi guys, this is Keith, and I'm out in the shop and I am checking out. This is an initial checkout. Sorry for the sideways shot, but this is a model NC 46. So it's a national radio company, what is it? National Radio Corporation. I guess it's just national company. So it's NC 46. Circa 1948-ish, they built them right around that zone. This is just the initial checkout, so there's some damage up there, and you can see this is broken. I think it's cracked right there. Interesting because it has like a high and a low tone switch. And then that's the CWO, or BFO if you wish, CWO. Main tuning dial, 4 bands, A, B, C, and D. D on this radio is actually, D band is the AM. This top band, D band, is the AM radio. Band spread switch, and then there's an AVC. I thought that was kind of cool, that you can turn the AVC off if you want. And then there's a limiter, obviously. I assume it's like a noise limiter. Sensitivity. And, you know, we have the usual standard issues. The guy that I bought it from, you know, on eBay, they obviously always say, what's the thing they always say? The radio's working, but it won't receive any faraway stations. I probably don't have the right antenna. Okay. Well, we all know that work on radios that it does receive AM. I did try it. He had already had it on and been monkeying around with it, so I figured it wouldn't be doing a whole lot. So I did an initial fire up, and I put the signal generator on it. And this is what I was really surprised at, just for kicks, and I won't do it now because it'd take too long. I put it on 1,000 on the AM band, and I kicked the, oh, I'm sorry, that's the 1,000 right there. So I kicked the signal generator over to the Precision. I kicked it over to 1,000. Got great tone, you know. The problem is it obviously moves. I mean, you get drift, and it will move off and then move back in, and you know, it kind of drifts in and out. And then I put it on 3.5, got a signal on 3.5, put it on 9, got a signal on 9, and then put it on 22 and got a signal on 22. Now these are very weak signals, and this is with the sensitivity. This is the on-off switch, power on-off. I had to have it all the way up on 10. This is the volume control. The volume control was up on 10. I was running it through my iPad, iPhone speakers, you know, and it's easy to run through those. Especially, this has some interesting jacks on the back, so I'm just kind of showing you the initial checkout. Okay, now the fun part. I took all the screws out of the bottom plate. So let's check this out. Let me turn this light on. I'll get over here. Alrighty, there we go. Check that out. Wow. I would, well, maybe a couple like this, that maybe. It looks fairly unmolested. I mean, it's, wow. Look at those old capacitors, or condensers would be the right term for these. Yes, I know they're capacitors. Wow, it's a 10-tube radio too. I mean, supposedly these are great radios, but it looks. Look at that thing. I mean, I'm amazed that any of it still works. I'm amazed that these haven't popped. Sprague. Be fun to test them because I'm kind of curious as to, you know, where are they? It's going to be pretty interesting. And just check that out, man. Wow. That's kind of cool. And all of the dial cord's fine. I mean, the dial pointer works. Everything works. It all goes up. This is pretty cool. Flip this around a little bit so you can kind of see it. So that's kind of the standard antenna, you know, antenna, and then there's a coupler if you just want to use a one wire antenna, or you can use a 2-wire antenna and take that off. I mean, it's up to you. But this is fun. Let's see if you can see it. That's a phono jack. That's what I was using. But these are the speakers, the old style. And what is that? ESW. Interesting, with a wire going between it. So, speakers. And that's the old style speaker. And, oh, here, I'll show you this. This is kind of cool, too. All right, now we got to take a trip. We've got to go around to the top. This actually opens. Put my water over there. You're not going to be able to see. Yeah, pretty well. So somebody put a different bulb. You know, I mean, there has been. Look at the tubes on this thing. The tube complement is crazy. So, I'll tell you one reason that I bought it. Let me close that back up. One reason that I bought it and figured that it would be fun, the guy sent this. So it's a National NC46. So he actually has, so I don't have to get the manual or do anything. I've got the manual. And so there's, just for fun, here, let me show you. There's an addendum. And it'll be fun to see if any of this has been done or not. I don't know what iteration that this particular setup is. You know, it could have been early 1948, could have been late 1948, early 1949. Just gives you an idea of what's going on. It is designed for operation between 110 and 130 volts. There is a 2 amp fuse on the back. I'm just it's kind of cool. So we're just trying different things, and we have alignment data, and we have what do we do if there's circuit failures right now anyway. So according to them, here, let me show you this. Failure of a vacuum tube in the receiver may result in reduced sensitivity. Well, we definitely have reduced sensitivity. Intermediate noisy operation, got a lot of that. Intermediate, got a lot of noisy operation. It's interesting. So we're gonna have to, you know, do our stuff step by step, as John would say. We've got to check the tubes first, but it's a pretty interesting radio. And the fact that it's from 1948, I mean, you know, come on, for all intents and purposes, this radio is 70 years old. So in 2 days will be 2018. So it's, to even be running at this point is amazing. Check that out. So electrolytic, there's a 25, there's a 40 and a 40. There's Bakelite in there, there's mica, paper, air. There's a lot of resistors, a lot of different sizes. Capacitor ratings. There's ceramic capacitor in there. So, kind of a cool chart there. Let you know every single. I love those. Those are my favorites. There's the schematic wiring diagram, and then I've got a big one. So, kind of excited. So there's your NC46 table mounted two-tone gray finish. Tubes, band, spread, coverage, noise limiter, you know, beat frequency oscillator. And they did apparently have a matching loudspeaker. I have no clue what that is. I haven't seen it. Didn't come with the radio. And I'll have to check and find out like what serial number this thing is, and then maybe we can figure out a year. I don't know. I don't know what that is. What's that? T6? F6? Let's look at the video. Probably can tell off that. I'm just looking for a serial number. It's probably on the back. You can take this out, completely out of the gray two-tone. Here's the screws. I mean, and in fact this radio only came with these two screws on top. These two. It didn't come with the other two, so this was all you can see. Here, I'll show you. Here's your fuse. It does work. I mean, the radio actually does work. That is true. The radio works. So, someone was into it some because they marked a, I don't know, what is that, 7 VRC? Something like that. Those could be the A band. And the C band and the D band. I don't know. We'll have to kind of get into it and see what's going on and see if we can figure out what's happening. And there's some micas in there. We'll hope they're good. This is a little odd. I don't know what that's about, but it's pretty nifty. We'll just have to get into it. I guess I could show you the signal generator hookup. I mean, it's just your standard thing, and all of you have seen it. Here, hold on just a second.